Good morning, MPS family. This is Emily Monroe of your EdTech team. Today we are going to talk about the new program approval process. Have you ever had a website or an extension or an app that you thought was really neat and you wanted to start using it in your classroom with your students or at your school? Well, when that happens, you need to take some certain details into consideration first, because we need to make sure that we're protecting personal identifiable information, not only for ourselves, but also for our students. So there are some questions that we need to ask before we start using a program. So our team has created a website for you to help walk you through those questions that you need to ask yourself before you use the new tech tool. So let me show you how to get to that website, okay? So here we are at our district homepage. I'm going to use the flyout menu, and I'm going to go down to the EdTech website. From the EdTech website, I'm going to use the flyout menu again, and I'm going to go to Teacher Tools. From Teacher Tools, we need to select Teaching with Technology because that's where we get information about the apps and programs that we use across our district. And this is where we've added a new link right here, this new program approval process. Once you select that link, then you'll see information and the steps that you need to consider before you start using a new program, website, app, extension, any tech tool that you found that you think would work well in your classroom environment or at your school. Okay, so read through this paragraph or two here and then consider this flowchart here. This flowchart asks you the questions that you need to consider before you start using a tool. So let me make this a little bit bigger. So you're going to ask yourself, is the program already district approved? Does it help you implement a teaching or learning strategy in your classroom? Does it cost money? Because if it costs money, you definitely need to find some funding first. Does it work on the type of devices that you use with your students? And if your students are not going to be using it and you're going to be using it, does it work on the device that you use in your classroom? Is it in the Clever library? This is a really big question to ask because if it's already in the Clever library, then you might be able to start using it right away without having to get permission first. But if it is not in the Clever library, then you have to consider, does it require student accounts to be created if you're using it with your students? And if it does require student accounts to be created, then you need to submit an incident IQ ticket requesting approval for that new tech tool. Okay? Then you have to consider some other things. Is it web-based? Or does it require a program to be downloaded on the devices? Or does it require an app to be downloaded? Or does it require an extension to be downloaded? These are some things that you need to consider before you start using a tech tool. And this flow chart will kind of walk you through those steps. By answering those questions yes or no, you can figure out whether it's okay for you to start using the tool right away, or if you need to submit an Instant IQ ticket for some specific reason, whether it's getting approval first because it uses student accounts, or if it's just simply putting in a request for the app or the extension to be downloaded to the devices. So please use this flowchart to help you decide whether or not it's okay for you to start using a tech tool. Also, on this web page that we built out for you where we place this flowchart, we have a link to our previously already approved apps and programs. And we're going to be improving upon that list. We're also going to add the denied ones too. So you can see what's been approved and what's been denied to save you the steps of submitting an Instant IQ ticket. You may not even need to. The app you want to use might already be district approved. Now, if you've gone through the flowchart process and you have determined that you need to submit an Incident IQ ticket, here's a link that will take you to Incident IQ. Once you click that link, you're going to log in with your MPS email account. When you are ready to start a new ticket, you'll click the New Ticket button. And to get approval for a new program, tech tool, website, app, extension, whatever it is that you're wanting to use that you need to get approval for, you're going to select Software and Online Systems. From here, you will see this new button called Get Approval for New EdTech Tool. Here is where you will need to answer a lot of those questions that you just saw on the flowchart. You will need to fill out each of these fields next to these questions that are listed here in the ticket. Once you complete all of these fields and you submit the ticket, This ticket will go on to the EdTech team, the curriculum coordinator team, and the technology department to determine if this app, program, website, extension, whatever this tech tool is that you want to use, is actually safe and will not put your personally identifiable information in danger. I hope this helps. Let us know if you have any questions.